Hello, everybody.
Hi, welcome back to Baller Boys. Tyler and Mark here. As always, make sure you subscribe. Follow us on Instagram. Subscribe to the YouTube Ohio Boys Productions. OHIOBOIS. You know,
The only way to spell it.
Only way to spell it. BOIS, not BOYS. That's HR right there. She make sure we stay in line. We don't do crazy things. They weren't all just sitting here yelling at each other all the time.
Yeah, I'm not trying to lose Tyler to another show.
Exactly. But other than that, I'm going to say thank you for coming back as always. How you doing today, Mark?
Doing great. It's peak sports season, Tyler.
Yes.
Baseball's in the playoffs right now.
Yep.
NFL season's in full swing. Basketball's about to start up.
And hockey, I think hockey's in playoffs.
I don't care about hockey really.
WNBA, they're in their playoffs right now.
Aren't they in their finals? Aren't they in the finals?
They could be in the finals.
Because I saw something about Kelsey Plum saying it's about time you showed up for the finals to Tom Brady because he's like a minority owner for the Aces or New York Liberty or whatever it is.
The second game is tomorrow
Of the finals?
Yeah, second game of the finals is tomorrow. So between
nice.
the Liberty and Aces, I think the Aces are from Vegas and Liberty's from New York.
It would make sense if Tom Brady was a minority owner of the Aces because he's going to be a minority owner of the Raiders too.
I thought he is a minority owner.
They have to vote on him. I'm pretty sure they haven't voted on him yet.
Oh. But yeah, a lot of sports going on. Next year it's going to be even crazier because the Olympics are next year. The Summer Olympics are next year. So a lot of stuff going on. That's all right. At once.
Shout out Simone Biles, most decorated gymnast of all time now.
Oh, shout out to Coco Gauff. You know, hopefully you win a gold.
That's the tennis player, right?
Yes, not a tennis player, the tennis player, the next generation, our generation's Serena.
What happened to that girl from a couple of years ago that was like Hawaiian or something?
Naomi is
something.
It's Osaka.
Osaka.
She's Japanese. She's Japanese and Haitian. Also, she just had a baby. I think like a few months ago. She's just had a baby.
So she hasn't played in a while.
Yeah, she hasn't played. The last time she played was 2020. I think it was not 2020. Whenever the summer games were in Japan.
Because it seemed like for a second she was taking over the world.
She was
kind of like Coco Gauff is right now.
I felt like pretty much Naomi is just baby relaxing, getting her mentals and shit right.
Understandable.
Because
especially she's a successful person, she could afford to not work for a while. I mean,
yeah,
she's got endorsement deals and stuff.
She has the money.
Right, I'm gonna spend time with my kids, especially in the infancy of their lives.
Her boyfriend is Corday.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Good for him. That's a power couple. That's a power couple.
But yeah, I'm gonna say
that's a Gen Z power couple.
I'm gonna say
how many power couples do we have?
I don't know. I don't keep track of power couples.
That's one.
But I'm gonna say no. She's most definitely amazing. I love Naomi. I don't really watch tennis or anything like that. So yes, I just root for the big names that I know. Yes, I'm a fake fan. You can say that. That's fine.
Well, I mean, but you can also realize game is game.
Yeah,
we all watched Serena Williams last match.
I didn't really know anything. I came late to the Serena train. I was like, yep, GOAT right there. Ain't undisputed. Ain't never need to be talked about. But other than that, I would say a lot of things going on. Good time to be in the sports world. Talk about sports. We have the Browns coming up. Browns are coming off a bye week.
Tough game.
Yeah, have a very tough game this coming Sunday.
Wait, can I do a point laugh real quick? Just before we talk about Cowboys, you thought you were good. You thought Dak Prescott was going to be a Pro quarterback. Okay.
Jesus Christ, I'm so sorry. But yeah. We play the 49ers this Browns play the 49ers this weekend. Right now, They're taking Deshaun day to day with his shoulder injury.
He's got a rotator cuff contusion.
As of today is Tuesday. We do not know if he practices on Wednesday, but if he's hopefully, what you would look for is hopefully he's limited Wednesday, limited Thursday, and if you're lucky, he's a full participant Friday, and then he'll be ready to go Sunday for the game. So
yeah, because
very interesting.
I don't know if I could even watch the game if he doesn't play. I'm gonna be honest, like I'm gonna watch it, but be very quick to just turn it off.
I think it's gonna be very interesting how this all. I feel like it's gonna be interesting, especially if he doesn't play, because you're really looking at the defense. You're like, hey, y'all gotta stop him.
Plus,
like,
they got PJ Walker taking reps.
Yeah, just getting everything ready. I feel like fuck getting PJ Walker ready. Just get a game plan ready for him. Like I feel like
DTR as many reps, game situation reps as you possibly can. Get him comfortable with like a handful of plays, so he can get his rhythm going.
Yeah,
that's definitely what we didn't do.
So today I was watching the I don't know. You want to say other shows' names?
Yeah, that's fine.
I was watching the.
It's not like we big names or nothing, Tyler.
I was watching the Ultimate Cleveland Sports Show.
Yeah.
And one of the things that they were talking about, I think it was yesterday. It was this like a clip from their yesterday episode, was they were just kind of pretty much breaking down like their expectations and things like that. I feel like I kind of lost my train of thought right there. I feel like with the Browns coming into the next game. Oh, they're talking about Elijah Moore, and one of the hosts, he was talking about how to him, how Elijah Moore seemed like how Elijah was kind of like a bust. Like whatever thoughts or whatever we thought in the early.
I think I know what you're talking
during the
about.
summer.
Because I was watching that episode too. I think.
They were like, well, Elijah Moore isn't doing what we thought he was gonna do, and we shouldn't have thought that in the first place. But I'm like, I don't think Elijah Moore has really gotten the chance to really, kind of do what we expect him or would want him to do.
If you think about what Elijah Moore can do, it's kind of a mix of what Amari Cooper and Marquise Goodwin do for you right now. So when those guys are here, they're taking those opportunities away from him in things that he does the best. So it's not really. And also, they're still giving him a lot of touches. I feel
even with Marquise Goodwin, I don't think we've seen the best of Marquise. So I feel like a lot of this is very simply, O-line got to play a lot better. Hopefully, O-line plays a lot better, so that way Deshaun can actually try to get some of these deep shots and things going to these receivers.
The run game's got to pick it up.
Yeah,
and that also includes Deshaun.
I'd say
it would be stupid not to run RPOs with Deshaun.
But it's also kind of, but our RPO really doesn't necessarily include him. Our RPO is more like,
no, it does, because think about it. Deshaun is very talented with his legs. He's a very important part to our run game, especially without Nick Chubb being there. So if you give the defense one more thing to think about, that's all we really care about. That's the purpose. That's the purpose of the run game. You're not depending on Jerome Ford and Kareem Hunt to pick up the offense like Chubb did.
And
that's
Pierre
not going to happen.
Strong.
Whatever. I guess you could throw his name in there.
Yeah, Pierre Strong.
But, I mean, that run game needs to do more than 1.2 yards per carry.
Yeah. I would say
you need to at least have something like a 4.5, 5 yards per carry.
I think that this is going to be a very interesting game, especially for our defense. Personally, I do think that
CMC is a big threat.
As crazy as good as the Niners are, I feel like what we have not really seen, except for let's say the NFC Championship game last year, is them have to work from behind. Them being put in situations to where, no, you can't just hand the ball to Christian McCaffrey.
Right, and waste time.
Yeah, and waste time and cook clock and all that. Brock Purdy's going to have to drop back and throw this. And we're not going to give you the easy outlet so that way you can just dunk it off the CMC. We're gonna make you throw. We're gonna make you throw into a tight window in the middle of the field or down the field or on the ends of the field. So I feel like a lot of it is just about can you get ahead and get ahead in a meaningful way, not like by a touchdown, not just by a field goal.
We could definitely do that, especially with Deshaun out there. The only thing I'm really concerned on, though, Tyler, Andrew Berry said it best in his press conference in the bye week. We're losing the turnover battle every single game. You cannot let the 49ers get the ball back, especially on frivolous plays, like throwing the ball backwards, fumbling on a routine play. We need to hold on to the football because it's going to be similar to what the Browns were doing last year with Nick Chubb. That's how we were beating teams. We were running the ball, making that clock run as fast as possible, and getting out of there healthy. That's their game plan. That's the Shanahan game plan.
I'm going to be completely honest. I don't care if the defense get turnovers. Can you stop them from scoring?
Oh, yeah.
Do not, again,
sure.
It's important for the offense not to give the ball away. But if they do give the ball away, can you stop them from scoring? Can you minimize the mistakes? If they kick a field goal, cool, they kicked a field goal. That's fine. And yeah, I understand points and all that adds up. But other than that, it's I don't need a strip sack. I don't need fumbles. I don't need interceptions. No.
I'm not talking about the Browns defense. I'm talking about the Browns offense not coughing.
Well, I understand. I just wanted to go off because when you say turnover differential. But other than that, I'm about to say.
But I mean, this is going to be the biggest test for our defense.
Yeah.
Because
we have a few tests. So
I was speaking of other shows. Quincy does film breakdowns on his YouTube channel. You should check it out. He also mingles with the Ultimate Sports Show guys. But he was really going through tape with the defense and how motion, when we're running man-to-man, is really messing with some of the younger guys. So that's going to be a huge part. Kyle Shanahan's got so much motion. The announcers were even going through it during the game. The motion is so important for this offense, and especially the run game and getting CMC free. Getting those linebackers out of position, getting lost in the backfield with their eyes. That's how they beat defenses. And we cannot be mixing up our assignments, getting out of our spots, and leaving our other teammates out to dry in bad positions. We can't.
Yeah, but then I feel like a lot of that could just. I feel like you can cover up a lot of those mistakes just by great D-line play.
But they're gonna get the ball out quick.
They are gonna get the ball out quick. But if it's a run play, by shutting down the run and making it seem if you can just make it seem all right, you're not about to run this ball. Eventually, they're gonna be all right, we can't run the ball. We're not gonna just keep banging our heads on this wall of trying to run it. So we're gonna try to pass it eventually.
They also got Trent Williams though. He's been the best left tackle in the game.
That's cool. So move that big nigga, move Miles to the other side.
I mean, their offensive line is it's gonna be a great test for this defense. We were talking Cash Money a couple weeks ago.
Who's we?
Browns fans.
You.
Browns fans and me. I was. I still think the potential that we've seen through the first couple weeks it's
most definitely.
It's definitely there.
It's there. It's
it's very real.
As much as I don't hype up, I really do think that this defense is hands down amazing. This can be a really historic. This can be not historic, but this can be a really great defense.
It's us, the Niners, the Cowboys. And then everybody else isn't on that level, in my opinion. The Steelers are right behind that.
The Steelers aren't right behind that. The Steelers aren't. If you're not gonna include some people that I think you should include, like the Jets.
The Jets are in that same class as the Steelers defense.
No,
the Steelers defense is literally winning them games.
No, they're not.
Yes,
they're
not. Because their offense isn't winning the damn games.
They're 3-2. They're 3-2.
They're on top of the division. Think about that.
would not say that. Would not say that their defense is winning them games. Don't think their defense is winning them games. Watching the Steelers games, I don't think their defense is doing anything
Their
impressive.
defense won the Browns game.
So that's one game. That's one game you won. They've won.
I mean, that's the game that's got them on top of the division right now.
They
stole it from the Browns.
No offense, is like a lot like the Raiders game. Yeah, you beat the Raiders. You barely beat the Raiders, but you beat the Raiders because the Raiders are a bad team.
The
Raiders aren't good.
They're stinky.
The Raiders aren't a good team, so I'm not gonna give you props for beating the Raiders. Like, you're not getting a thumbs up for beating the Raiders.
And the way that they were talking about the Raiders on national television on Monday Night Football, when they were like, Booger McFarland and Larry Fitzgerald were really leaning in to Josh McDaniels and how
because he's bad.
They were like, it was a mistake that they traded Derek Carr. He wants to be the voice in that locker room, and they don't care about him. He picked up Jimmy Garoppolo because he doesn't get up and he's not a spoken leader. Like, if what they're saying is true, because they're saying, we know guys in the locker room, like Devontae Adams wanting to be out, Josh Jacobs wanting to get out, and just the overall.
This is shitty.
Like, if you barely beat that team, we're not giving you flowers for that.
I want to say no, and then the Ravens this past week, they goofed. Like, it happens. It happened every game. Every team has 2 or 3 goofs in a season.
I'll say that win was solely because of
Marlon Humphrey just did not, like, why? Like, legitimately, why? Why would you do that? In that situation, you let him just get like.
But old buddy really just went up and got the football, and
it's like, this is disgusting. That's disgusting. Like, he's a better quarter than that. That's kind of nasty taste. But other than that, I'm about to say.
What is your prediction for the game if Deshaun's playing?
If Deshaun's playing, I think we win this game. What's
the score?
I don't know, fucking like 10-13.
I think you're right. Honestly. It's going to be.
It's a slobber knocker.
So it's going to be
like. If we don't win it, we get blown out. If we lose this game, we get blown out. Like, I'm being so serious. I do think that we kind of get like blown, like nasty taste in our mouths if we don't win this game.
I don't know. I think the defense has a chip on their shoulder from that Ravens game.
That's cool, but I think they could get blown out again.
I mean, yeah, if the defense is on the field for 70 snaps again, I mean, of course they might get blown out.
See, that's
going to happen to any defense.
Y'all need the great ones. They can be on the field for hours.
Not everybody could be the 85 Bears, the 2010 Steelers, the Ray Lewis defenses of the Ravens yesteryear. Like, not every defense is that special.
No.
Even the best defense in the league every year isn't that special.
If y'all want to be that special, be that special.
You should be. We're longing for it.
But other than that, other news, other sports, or other teams in the NFL, you stick to. How you feel about your Eagles?
Tush Push Squad is going crazy.
They are going crazy. I feel like it's going to be very interesting when they run up because I know they played.
Jalen Hurts had a coming out party.
Yeah, this was his. Who they played? They played the.
He played the Rams.
I just say that was a really good game, and then
the Rams are not as bad as everybody thought.
There are a lot of teams that people thought like, oh no, they're just gonna be bad. They're not gonna do anything, and then like, oh no, like this team's like actually like somewhat kind of like good. Like they're not actually shitty. Like the Commanders. The Commanders are
always like that. They're always like that. Like, Ron Rivera's got that team coached up so well, way past their potential.
I would say I would be remiss, even though their record doesn't show it. The Arizona Cardinals, like, that's not an easy go out.
That's a dogfight.
If you go take it from me, you gotta come take it from me.
Even the Falcons are playing teams rough.
I'd say the entire NFC South. People thought there was gonna be a dog shit division, and actually. You have one loss team and Tampa, and then you have
they're 4-1.
I think they're 3-1 because they were just on a bye.
They're just on a bye.
Then you have the Saints, good two-loss team. The Falcons are a good 2-loss.
I mean, who's the worst team in the NFL right now?
I would honestly say either the Bears. I feel like you either say the Bears or the Broncos.
But the Bears are also liable to break their foot off in somebody's ass.
I think that Thursday night game was kind of a hoax.
It might be the Packers.
Oh, I thought you said the Packers would be good.
Due to new data,
it's hilarious.
and improved data, we know the Packers stink. They're stinky. I didn't really expect it to come down this fast, Tyler. I thought they could maybe get the run game going. The run game is nothing. The defense is getting gashed.
Well, to be fair, I would say this. To be fair, a lot of like their offensive struggles, it just come down to the fact that Aaron Jones hasn't played yet.
Yeah, he played 1.5 games.
I say if Aaron Jones is out there, I feel like this is complete. Like I feel like this is.
He opens up
different.
everything.
Yeah,
he opens up everything.
He's great at what he does. He's a great runner, and like having him, missing him clearly is showing.
And AJ Dillon is the perfect complement to that. He's not. I think we can kind of see AJ Dillon's not that number one back, kind of like Madison wasn't that number one back, and that's okay. I mean, it's like good running teams have a 1-2 punch in the backfield.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? You have that back that can kind of do a little bit of everything, and then you got that second back that's great at blocking and runs behind their pads and gets physical.
I feel like that's most definitely correct. I felt like it's kind of crazy that they that at least for the Vikings that they moved off of Dalvin Cook, and now it's like damn.
And then they didn't sign anybody. Like there's a lot of running back talent out there. They just didn't do anything. I mean,
I'm about to say
they really want to get rid of Kirk Cousins.
I feel like you could say that about Dallas too. I feel like Dallas is sadly, but they are surely missing Zeke. Like again,
and you were even hyping up that running back room.
I think they're not bad.
Earlier in the season.
They're not bad. They're not a bad running back. They're not a bad room. It's just Zeke adds another element that
Tony Pollard's not special. He's a good back. He's not special.
I think he's immensely special.
No, I think special is Nick Chubb, Derrick Henry, Alvin Kamara, CMC, Jonathan Taylor. If you're not one of those type of guys,
he does everything those guys do.
He's just not. But he doesn't have that same play style. Like he doesn't have that pop. He doesn't.
Like,
he doesn't have that
he's a better
same
catcher.
burst.
Yes, he's a great he's a great runner, and then he's on the same level as Christian and Kamara in the pass catching. Like he catches the ball.
Because Dak Prescott likes to dink and dunk.
It don't matter. He does it. He makes sure that he gets. Again, I feel like a lot of that is I feel like what they're missing in Zeke is just that short yardage of you can go get the tough yards.
Tony Pollard's not a big guy.
Yeah, like he's a slimmer guy, and every guy behind Tony is also slimmer guys.
You need you a big old buddy like Brandon Jacobs or something like that. Some dude named Cadillac Williams.
That's
driving a bus in the middle of a fucking defense. Bring back that 2000s type running back. You need some dude like that on every single squad with a good run game.
Or if your guy is a slimmer guy, if he's just a strong guy. Like Kamara's not really a big guy, but
he breaks tackles.
As a Kamara can go in the middle of can go in between the tackles and be like, I can get you those 4 yards.
Yeah, like he's notoriously amazing at his balance, staying on his feet in the open field, contorting his body, getting into holes that might not be big enough for the average back.
Sunday, that was beautiful. I feel like there was a play Sunday that was there that he kind of like kept his balance and he kept going. It was beautiful to see.
We need that.
Yeah,
our fantasy team needs that.
My fantasy team's fine.
My fantasy team needs that.
I was like, my fantasy team.
Yeah, my fantasy team is riddled with injuries.
My fantasy team is perfectly fine. I only have one loss on the year. Happy. But other than that,
Justin Jefferson just went on IR, so that's even worse.
I feel like it's kind of be very interesting with what happens at the trade deadline because I feel like either very little to nothing happens.
There's gonna be a lot.
I feel like I don't know. I feel like we say this about every trading deadline.
No, there's too much. There's too many players that are clearly unhappy with their situations.
But I don't see that many teams moving off. I feel like nothing happens. I feel like you probably get like maybe one big trade and then like a few murmurs. Like a lot more murmurs. They're like, oh, they swapped a 6 for a 6 or some shit like that.
Nah, like for example, like I have a conspiracy theory that the Browns are going to get off of Amari Cooper at the trade deadline just to get Elijah Moore more.
Who are they going to bring in?
That's a great question. I don't know. It's either going to be Cooper or Peoples-Jones, whose contract is done at the end of the year anyways. They're going to move a receiver, I feel like.
I feel like if you're the Browns, it's the dumbest thing you could possibly do. You kind of need everybody. Your receiver core is not that good. So just by getting rid of somebody and not bringing someone of talent or better.
I'm not saying it's a good idea. I'm just saying that's my conspiracy theory.
I don't know. I feel like, if anything, I feel like the Browns are more likely to go out to get a tackle than they are to get a receiver.
Well, they're already rumored to get a veteran lineman because your tackle depth is nothing right now.
So I'm just saying,
you have what Harrison?
It's just Hudson.
James Hudson.
It's just James Hudson, like that's, and then maybe like some practice squad guys.
Like if Jed goes down, you're fucked.
Are we really? Got a good thing.
Okay, Tyler. There's a reason why we drafted.
Jed, go down. Jed, go down. Jed, go down. We picked James. Hey, listen.
James Hudson. I don't think James Hudson's good.
That's cool. That's fine. But I'd rather have him.
And he's very small.
I'd rather have him than have what I have right now. Hey, go down, big homie. You good? You don't have to play no more. You good.
I think the reason why we drafted Big Thanos is because they don't believe in James Hudson to be even a rotational tackle.
I feel like they drafted him for a few reasons. Because Conklin can't stay healthy.
Crazy. But I mean, that was supposed to be James Hudson's spot.
And then, well, James is more of a swing tackle than he is just pick a side.
Like, they don't. Well, they don't. I don't think they believe in him. Period. To be a starter, which is fine.
Well, guess what? It's easier on the right side than the left side sometimes. So, honestly, Jed, go down so we can move old buddy to the left side. Oh, James Hudson comes into the right.
I don't know if we move him to the left side.
Yeah, we move him to the left side.
I don't know, man.
His worst grades.
DeJuan Jones, I know he's got good grades and he's playing well, and he's a huge dude in general, but him going up against the best pass rusher on a defense on a side that he hasn't played very much concerns me.
I want to see it. I don't
If it's
care.
an off-season change, I get it.
Nah, I want to see it. Mid-season change. I want to see it. I want to see him do great.
A lot of people were theorizing too, maybe they're shuffling around the offensive line when we come back.
I wouldn't see it.
I don't see that happening.
I'd be very surprised if they were like, "Ayo, so we're just gonna take the tackles and switch."
They could trade Jed Wills. Somebody could want a great right tackle.
We're gonna have to give them a second for them to take Jed Wills.
No, I think
give them a second.
I think he's fine if you put him on the right side.
We're gonna have to.
That's his natural position.
We're gonna have to give them a second round pick for them to take this nigga. We're gonna have to give up capital for him to go. Yeah, Jed, buddy, you were looking good that first year and a half. Now it's just bad. You make me sad for real. I'm real sad. But
can we just bring back? Where's Jason Peters? I know Jason Peters can still play tackle.
Pretty sure he signed with the.
He's 41
with the Seahawks.
Hey, I know he could play tackle.
And yeah, he signed with the Seahawks.
Is he starting?
Probably. Both of the Seahawks tackles are hurt.
God damn it.
I'm about to say.
There goes my snipe. Sorry.
What is La'el Collins is another veteran tackle that's on the market.
Maybe they could fix Alex Leatherwood.
I'm good. Listen, just
our advantage is that Bill Callahan is really just a genius.
I don't know. The offensive line's playing shitty this year. I don't know how much of a genius that is.
I think it's just a lot of adjustment for the players. You got to give the offensive line time to adjust. It's really hard to adjust from a zone run scheme that we've been running for the past 5 years, for the entirety of the Baker years, to running whatever it is we're running. Like, we're running gap run schemes. We're running like Deshaun Watson can extend plays. You're blocking twice as long.
They had a whole off season.
With offensive linemen, it's not that simple.
They had a whole off season. I don't want to hear it.
It's not that simple.
Because niggas want to get on Deshaun's neck. I'm going to get on the offensive lineman's neck.
They do need to play better.
Y'all niggas playing shitty, and the coaching ain't coaching. But in other sports news.
Basketball. We want to get into some basketball, Tyler?
Yeah, we can. Basketball season isn't here yet, but it's
preseason is happening right now.
Preseason happening right now. The Lakers beat the Warriors in the preseason game. Yay, exciting.
Can't wait to watch. Basketball is my favorite sport. I've been watching every single Cavaliers game since I was like 8 years old.
That's good, because they're actually, like, they were good for a long time.
No, they were never good. LeBron was taking those bums to the finals taking them to the playoff. Like, don't even get me started on old school Cavs talk, but
I'd say the season starts October 24th. So, very exciting to see.
It's going to be very exciting to see how the East pans out, especially since the Bucks got Dame. I'm very excited to watch the Bucks. The Bucks need to be on national television.
I feel like it goes very easy. The Bucks are probably number one in the East. I'd be surprised if they don't make it to the finals. Be completely surprised, completely shocked.
The Celtics got some extra guys after losing a bunch of free agents in the offseason.
I feel like what happened this year will repeat itself with the top two teams. I think that you look at it, I think the Celtics are second and Milwaukee's number one.
I think the Knicks used their every other year card where they go very deep in the playoffs and then they stink the next year.
Nah, the Knicks are probably third place in the East. The Knicks are going to do better than they did than they were last year.
The Knicks are going to Knicks.
The Knicks are going to be amazing this year.
I am going to say they're going to be a play-in team this year.
They're third.
I don't think
they're not going to.
I don't think Porzingis jives. And me and Tyler disagree on this, but I don't think Porzingis where's Porzingis? He's in Boston. Did the Knicks pick up anybody? Or they're just running it back? I know they lost Obi Toppin.
I'm about to say, he plays for Indiana. That's sad. I feel like the Knicks are going to be a very good team. This is going to be a very good team in the.
They're still talking about Donovan Mitchell trades.
Oh, DaVinci from the Warriors. Oh yeah, they're about to be amazing. They're about to be great.
I'm sorry, what did you just say?
DaVinci. DiVincenzo. How are you say this nigga's name? That's about to be beautiful.
I don't think DiVincenzo makes you a better team.
Third place team. I think they replaced.
I think
they replaced the 76ers. The 76ers will be a play.
I think they have addition by subtraction, honestly, by getting rid of some of the players that weren't playing well in big situations.
They have more shooting now. I say they're better. I say they're great. Third place.
I think it's going to be a dogfight between the Knicks and the Cavs for that third and fourth place spot. They're going to be on each other's ass the entire season. Especially since the way last year was going, they're going to be on each other's asses. The Cavs are a really good regular season team, so it's going to be a dogfight for the third and fourth place.
I'm interested to see what the Cavs do.
They mixed it up a little bit. They got some shooting. They got some white guys to sit in the corner and collect 3-point shots, which is what they honestly struggled with the entire season. Depending on Isaac Okoro to be a 3-point shooter is not what you want.
I think it'll be very interesting to see what happens.
Isaac Okoro is very closely becoming Andre Drummond to me.
Why?
Andre Drummond's the end of his Cavs tenure pissed me off. I don't know if you remember like me ranting about this.
No.
Andre Drummond would be doing some dumb shit when he was on the Cavs right before they like bought him out or whatever, and he signed somewhere else. He was doing like between the legs dunks on the fast break, well, attempting to, dribbling the ball when he stinks at it, takes 3-pointers. Like he just does things where it's like, are you really gonna do this again? And then he does it, and then you're like, and then you just start cussing at the TV. Sometimes Isaac Okoro does that. He's lucky he plays good defense. Let's just say that.
I'm very interested. I'm more interested in the West. See how the West plays out.
I think the Warriors are going to come out for one last hoorah with their big three.
I don't know. I'm pretty sure all those niggas are excited to like long extinction. Like they're not on 1-year deals.
Yeah, but I think they're finally starting to crack. Their age is starting to show a little bit. Like
which is kind of crazy. LeBron's 38.
Yeah. He's different. LeBron's different,
and like,
that's the GOAT.
The
right
Warriors are kind of like cracking, and like they're in their early to mid 30s. LeBron's in his late 30s, almost early 40s.
Tyler, who's the GOAT?
It's LeBron
James.
LeBron James.
I think they need to know this, Tyler. They need to know this.
But what I am very interested in is how the Lakers get off, like the beginning, and then what happens in the end. In the sense, like where do they place? Are they still a play-in team, or are they going?
No,
to
I think they're better.
Or are they going to be like a just straight up? We are. Was it through like numbers 1 through 7?
Yeah. I think LeBron, as long as LeBron plays 85% of their games, they will be a 3rd or 4th seed. I think the Suns got worse. I think
the Suns got worse?
I think the Suns got worse. I think
that's
like
crazy.
It's a classic top-heavy team. You know, they got Kevin Durant, who's been injury prone at this point in his career. I don't see how Bradley Beal, D-Book, and Kevin Durant are going to work out with each other. I just don't.
So I was just looking at looking at one of the offseason. Gabe Vincent. I think that's a really good one. I think Gabe Vincent's really good.
That's a great signing. Gabe Vincent played great minutes for the Miami Heat.
Whether or not he's a starter or whether you may bench.
He's a good all-around player. He's a two-way player. He's competent enough on offense where you can trust his judgment and play with the ball in his hands, and he plays hard on defense. That's all you really need.
AR-15 got that. He playing with the ball in his hands. AR-15, classic shooter.
But
there.
That's what LeBron's lacked a lot of in his Lakers tenure is just
shooters
and guys who can make good decisions. That's really what killed them last year. Like bad games out of D'Lo.
What killed them last year was the fact they ain't have no big nigga hit the other big nigga in his face. I ain't gonna lie to you. They just need somebody.
Who did they lose to again?
The Nuggets. They just need somebody to knock out Jokic. You're fake. Also, no one respects your ring. I just want to say that. No one respects that ring. No one cares.
Why do you say that? Why do you say they don't respect it?
Mark, I heard nobody talk about nothing Nuggets. Ain't nobody talking about the Nuggets.
Why? Is it because the Heat made it to the finals?
No. They've been speaking more about the Heat, about the Celtics. They've been talking more about Dame than they've been talking about the Nuggets.
I think the Heat got considerably worse. Like a lot of the guys that they were depending on all season, they lost. They lost them. They lost old buddy that was shooting really well for them to the Cavs. They lost Gabe Vincent, who was playing great minutes for them.
And you didn't get Dame.
They didn't get Dame. They were really banking on getting Dame.
But they get the shooter. They get another. They also have a white boy shooter in Tyler Hero. All the white boys shoot. All the shooters in the NBA are white.
He's not even rumored to
or half white.
He's not even rumored to stay. They might move off of him because he's not happy there.
Why would you move off of a great white shooter?
No, he's gonna leave. I've heard rumors that at this point it's basically inevitable.
If you're a good team, you have a good white shooter somewhere on the floor, or he's mixed. All the good teams have a white shooter or a mixed shooter. I'm telling you, gotta have a good white shooter. They be shooting everything up.
Their key additions, Jamie Jacques and Thomas Bryant.
I don't know who the fuck those niggas are. It don't matter.
They lost Gabe Vincent, Max Strus, and Oladipo, who basically made...
Where did Victor go?
That made up their entire bench scoring.
I'm about to say, I'm very interested to... I feel like the one thing the Lakers needed last year that they didn't have was very much another big man. So I'm kind of waiting to see, because I felt like with the Lakers,
that's what the Heat are missing
regular
too.
Season doesn't matter. It's about what's happening.
Call Dwight Howard. Get you a goon. Get you a goon.
Nah, he's having too much fun in Singapore or Thailand.
He is. He's having a lot of fun in Singapore.
He out here fucking lady boys.
He's trying to recruit LeBron.
Yeah, he out here fucking lady boys in China, or Singapore or Thailand, whatever.
Get you with
That's a joke. That's a joke, by the way. I don't know what he doing. Whatever he doing with his own time. Ain't nothing wrong with it. Respect it. Love.
The Lakers, all they need is a big man,
hit Jokic and his fucking knees. That nigga's not healthy. Just undercut him. Fuck him.
He's got horse calves.
Y'all niggas y'all really made me sad by losing. My friends started yelling at me, laughing at me because they were right for the
He really hates Jokic.
I don't hate Jokic. He just not all that for real. He cool.
I feel like you hate
I don't hate him.
LeBron is.
There's not enough.
Tyler,
I don't care enough
Tyler
to hate.
is a guy where LeBron, when he watches LeBron James play, that's his muse. That's his entire reason for existing in that moment.
Hey, yo.
And him watching LeBron lose to a huffing and puffing Eastern European man who rides horses.
If LeBron was on the Nuggets last year, I've been a Nuggets fan for real.
Tyler was going nuts.
Because I think that people put too much. I feel like people. It's not even like a LeBron thing. It's more of the fact that Jokic won 2 MVPs that he just did not deserve. And then, sadly, the year that he actually probably did deserve the MVP.
LeBron could have won another MVP.
It wasn't LeBron. I feel like the person that should have won those 2 years.
Embiid was there too.
I feel like Joel should have won those 2 years, and I feel like the last year, the one that Joel won was the one that it should have rightfully went to Jokic, but they weren't because of whatever. They were never going to give Jokic 3 MVPs back to back to back.
I wonder
which is kind of sad because the
rules are. I wonder what the rules are for MVP voting in the NBA. Is it just dudes that are basketball writers and beat writers, or is it like baseball where they hand out certifications and stuff like that? Because y'all make a lot of questionable decisions. Like one year it'll be the guy who makes all the gaudy stats. Another year it'll be the guy who has the biggest moments and the highest scoring games.
They can be late. I feel like
it's very weird how they do it. Is all I'm saying. It's not very consistent.
I feel like they're late. They're a year behind of the year that a player or that person should have won. So
I feel like they take an entire. They look at the player and multiple years leading up to that year, and I don't think they should do that. I think they should isolate the entire season into one. Who is the best player in this season only? Because with Jokic, that second MVP, they just gave it to him because they were like, he's doing the same thing he did last year, so I guess we give it to him again this year.
And he even deserved the first one.
But do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I think that's a bad way to do it.
It is a bad way. And then it's also name recognition. All that shit is stupid. should just go with the better player.
Best player on the court. That's who should
And those
win.
2 years that Jokic won it, he was not the best player to be on the court.
But I think it also kind of hurts Joel if the Sixers don't go deep in the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because they say they don't take the playoffs into account, but it matters.
Also, the
And
rewards,
the 76ers do a really bad job.
I feel like they should do what the NFL does in the sense of you have all your awards and everything before. Or no, the awards come after.
Yeah, it comes right before the Super Bowl. The NFL honors are right before the Super Bowl.
I think that you should have your regular season awards right before the playoffs.
But
starts.
I feel like they stop the MVP voting tallies.
Because no offense, no offense, because we're gonna be honest, we're gonna be fair. They don't care. Like they do this by only if you're a great player and your team has a lot of wins, you're probably gonna win an MVP. So like if you're number one in the East and you're having a great year and you played a bunch of games and like you're doing all this, they're probably gonna vote you to be MVP, which is kind of sad because that shouldn't be the only criteria.
I mean, I think your team. If your team has to at least be a top 10 team to win MVP.
I disagree. I feel like if you're a great player, if
you're a great player, your teams are winning games. So
if you're a great player and your team is just ass because you can't do it by yourself, that's cool. You're a great player still. It's just your team. It takes a team. It takes
because look at even someone like Dame. Like I wouldn't really consider Dame an MVP candidate, but after watch what happens to Portland this year. They're gonna crumble.
I feel like,
and when he's out, they've played terribly. Just one guy means so much to a team.
That's the MVP. You a guy like that should win an MVP. A guy like that should not just be hindered because of what his team's record is. It's not most valuable. It's not most valuable player on the most winning team. It's most valuable player.
Yeah, a guy like Giannis Antetokounmpo.
If
you take him out of Milwaukee before the Dame trade, they crumble.
That makes me an MVP. Dame is an MVP. You just because your team isn't winning doesn't mean that you shouldn't or you can't win an award like that. Duh. No, you should win an award like that because your team's only good because you're there.
I can't. Everybody should be scared of the Bucks now that they have a 3-point shooter. Everybody.
They're scared of the six.
Like the only way to stop the Bucks was putting as many guys in the paint as possible to get in front of Giannis. Now, what are you just going to leave Dame open? No.
Listen.
Chris Middleton's not too shabby of a shooter himself. You're not going to leave him alone.
They're scared of the six, the 262 to be.
You looked up their area code, you fucking goober.
To be completely honest, the 262. But other than that, I'm going to say, it's been a great little episode. We appreciate you guys.
Yeah, thanks for watching. Yeah. Drop a like, subscribe, leave a comment. We like hearing from you guys.
Make sure you follow us on Instagram at Ohio Boys Productions.
Ohio Boys _P.
HOHIOBOIS Productions on YouTube and on YouTube and Instagram. Please and thank you. We love you. Bye.
Peace out.